My name is Imtiaz. I am an instructional designer here at Guru, and you are here for our session on API and how to extend Guru into your team's workspaces using Guru's API. We are really thrilled to feature Nathan Anderson, support team lead from Airtable, to talk about how he has streamlined verification to achieve a really high trust score of over 95%. And to accompany him, we have our own Mary Houston, manager of our developer network, who is our internal guru on all things API. And so she's gonna kind of lay the land and set the tone and foundation for the session. And we're really excited to feature Airtable as well. If you are just joining us in the last minute or two and didn't already hear, please join the Slido. Just go to slido.com in a browser tab or on your phone and use code Guru API to join us for a couple of polls, and so for Q&A as well. If you have questions throughout the session, feel free to throw them in there. And if you see a question you really like, you can upvote it in Slido as well. And we'll do our best to answer those as we go through the presentation. So without further ado, in the Slido, right now, the question is, when you hear API, what word or words come to mind? So a word or a short phrase. This is going to create like a word cloud. So right now, get in there, use code Guru API, and shout them out. Confusing. What? Oh, I love it. Automate, coupling, integrations. This is great. Very cool. Robots, bakeries. No. Oh, goodness. Find API key. Fear. All right. Complex. Data connector. Representational state transfer. This is so wonderful. Resource intensive. Data. Okay. This is really, really cool. So I love that we're doing this because we can see, just get a kind of a pulse check on where everyone is. Some folks are like, yep, I'm all about that representational state transfer life. And some folks are like, we're talking about bakeries and what? And I'm afraid of this. And I really appreciate that. So this we got 22 folks that answered. I love that. So we're gonna have 22 on the next question as well to kind of gauge a little bit about your experience using API. And so please, as you saw on the last slide, if you're brand new to this, that is totally okay. How comfortable are you using Guru's API? Are you a newbie? You dabbled a little bit? You're feeling proficient, or you're like really far into your Guru API journey? All right, most of us are newbies, and that is great. Some of us, a third of us, dabble a little bit, but need some more guidance. Probably one or two of us feeling pretty proficient. That's awesome. Okay, so look, I always try to level set when we start the Guru deep dive. So if you've been into these before, you've heard this. I always like to set the stage to let everyone know that we're here to learn, and some of us have a lot of experience, and some of us have no experience at all. And so it doesn't matter where you fall in that spectrum. So ask questions, and please make sure that you're getting everything you can out of this. And if you're like feeling really awesome about Guru's API, and this is the time to maybe share that expertise when we get to the end of our presentation during the discussion section. And also we hope that when you have really complex questions, we can answer them for you. And if there's something that we don't get to during the presentation today, we can definitely follow up with you to make sure that we're answering those. But thank you for participating in the polls to get us started. If you're brand new to a deep dive, that essentially this is the way it works. You'll learn about a new Guru feature. You'll see how, or hear from someone at Guru about how it works. You'll see how customers are using it. In this case, that's Nathan. from Airtable, and then we'll discuss how you can use this feature and what questions you might have about how to use it. So essentially, this is our time frame: 10 minutes of me giving us a quick overview and just setting the stage. After that, it'll be Mary Houston giving us the guru piece, really drilling down into the details. And then after that, we'll have Nathan Anderson, support team lead at Airtable, and then followed by question and answer time at the end. A couple links that I want to throw out there for you, and Mary's going to throw them into the chat right now. Please join our Guru community on Slack if you haven't already. It's a vibrant community, tons of participation and action in there happening every day. And we have a specific channel for Guru's API that if you want to follow up after this session with questions to ask folks at Guru or ask your peers at other companies, please make sure you're joining the community and getting in there to gain some more knowledge. And also our December 2020 deep dive is going to be on internal communications without interruptions. Right there is the link to RSVP. So please make sure you get that RSVP. It'll save right into your calendar, and then you can have it on there for December 17th. You guys have asked a lot of questions before this event, which we love so much. And don't worry, I'm not going to read all of them out loud right now, but I promise you that Mary and I have been trying to, mostly Mary, have been trying to get our ducks in a row to make sure that we can either include them in our presentation or make sure that if it's something that might be a little bit more complex that doesn't make sense for this, we want to follow up with you. So we just want you to know we've been absorbing these and we're responding to these. And so if you're feeling like at the end of the presentation we haven't gotten to it yet, please just send us, you can put it in the chat, you can put it in the Slido, you can message us in the community, and we have your name and contact info as well. So we'll make sure that we can reach out to you as well if you're feeling like we didn't quite get to what you were hoping for. But thank you so much for coming to this session. And I am gonna stop talking, and I wanna make sure I can hand it over to Mary Houston, our manager of Developer Network, to give us the lay of the land.